Hello, world. Today is day 31 of 393 consecutive sonic streams using the amazing, awesome, world changing Gutenberg printing press of the digital age, the Attention Live Attention Engine. Create the future with us. Our technology. This year, 2024, we get to take our vision of the future, the communication platform of the future to the world, to the market, and show you all what we've been working on. So I am documenting my existence of this incredible year with a sonic stream every single day. And I actually do it evening, kind of last thing of the day. Like if I was Argentine, they eat at the end of the day, but I'm a sonic streamer, so I sonic stream the last thing of the day. So today's the fourth day of the year. What did I do today? I took my mommy and my daddy to see Dr. Angie today, which was a hoot. My mommy is hilarious, and it's great to see her doing well at the boarding home we put her in. She had a lot of fun over the holidays. We had a big crew. She got to see her tiny little grandkids and her tiny, tiny little great grandkids. Um, I think we had 29 of their progeny and in laws, 27 in our house. And she had a blast. So now this is kind of a few days after that. What was so funny is she couldn't remember anything unless I remind her. If you cue her in, it's all how you ask things. But she has mild to moderate to severe dementia. I don't know what the scale is. Anyways, her forgetter is really good. But what's very interesting to me is to see how her emotions remember it. Like you can see she's still in the afterglow, and she was so glad to see me. And so that was good. And Dr. Angie's hilarious. So I also got to play basketball today. You see that picture I uploaded? Not only did I play basketball, I took an awesome, epic cold plunge. I went in the ocean twice. I did. So after I play basketball in Santa Cruz, then I go down to the wharf. Tuesday or Thursday, join me at the wharf in Santa Cruz at about 9:15, 9:30. And so then I've just played for 2 hours. So then I go and I did push-ups on the bench, on the beach. And then I did some squats and lunges, then jumped in and swam for about 4 minutes. And I came out, did another set of push-ups, some more squats, got back in the ocean. Oh, it is epically refreshing. Cold plunges, best practice. I recommend it to everyone. So you like this DALL image? It's funny. It got, here's the description of it. Create a comic book style illustration of a clean-shaven bald man in his late 40s with a strong build shooting a jump shot during a basketball game. Okay, I didn't tell it that. It actually, I've been creating a variety of images, and so it remembers it. It analyzed one of my pictures, so that makes me feel pretty good. So I love you. I'm really 53, but yeah, I look like I'm in my, did it say late 40s? Late 40s. It says, it could have given me early 40s. And I definitely have a strong build. So it analyzed my picture and said I have a strong build. Then I told it to do it a jump shot. This is the most hilarious looking jump shot. And it was not inspired by something I uploaded, but I think one of my moves was inspired by it. Actually, I had one move that kind of looked like that, a little Giannis Euro step, spin Euro step that went in. Anyways, that's fun. Last thing I wanted to talk about today, I've been thinking, not today, recently, today too, but thinking about it a lot recently. We make faith way too religious. I don't think Jesus came. Well, I would say Jesus did not come to start a new religion at all. In fact, there was really no concept in Jesus's time of religion. Religion is really an invention of the Enlightenment, because and secular humanism, which kind of came around the same time. Because before that, they didn't have a category of non-religious, so they didn't, you know, they didn't think in the terms of a religion. We look back and we think, Jesus founded Christianity, and that wasn't his intent at all. Um, we make faith far too religious. Like the word faith and the word obey, believe, all those concepts were the same in the ancient Middle Eastern Hebraic worldview that Jesus thought in. He spoke in Aramaic, and he thought in that culture, in that language. So, we think of believe on the Lord Jesus Christ and you shall be saved. Well, we interpret that as convert to this religion, believe that Jesus existed, that he was the Son of God. In other words, we define it in very religious terms. Jesus was saying, basically, become a follower of me, do as I do, and obey my words, believe my words. When he says believe and he says obey, those were the same thing. I think they're even the same word. So in the Hebraic mindset, they didn't have this category, oh, I believe this, I just act differently. It's like, well, proof's in the pudding. And so Jesus was inviting people to follow him, to interpret the Mosaic covenant the way he did, the Torah, the law, the teachings, to interpret them the way he did, and to model them the way he did, and to follow him. And then he also gave all these promises of his spirit, the divine spirit. So he was promises and gifts of saying, the same power I have to do this, I will give you. So you come, you follow me. I mean, even the term Christ means anointed one, which means the one chosen, selected, and also empowered. What if we completely deconstructed and stripped away all this religious mindset we have? What would remain? What did Jesus really teach? All this religious mindset, all these religious words and terms. Jesus spoke in the vernacular. He didn't use religious terms. He didn't speak for a subculture. In fact, what Jesus did that what stood out was not engaging in firing up his subculture. It was breaking down boundaries to reach out to this deeply divided society at the time. Israel was going through very challenging times and were very, very divided. And Jesus stands out in that he's including everyone. He's reaching out to the Samaritan. He's reaching out to the outcasts like the prostitutes and the tax collectors. He's reaching out to those who have all different types of interpretations of what it means to be a Jew, what it means to follow the law, whether they should follow it at all. And also those who had embraced a Hellenistic culture and were living in, were assimilating and living in, quote unquote, a secular way. Although, again, secular and sacred is a modern division. They don't have those categories. So, what are my conclusions? Be less religious, and let the proof be in the pudding. Like, one of the statements Jesus said, is by their fruit you shall know them. And another thing, another time, he says, if you can't believe my words, if you don't believe I have authority, look at my actions, look at the works that I do. I think we could learn so much from that. If our belief, if our philosophy of life is not demonstrably a best practice, and if we can't direct others to say, hey, don't, if you don't don't look at what I say, look at what I do, look at the results of what I do, and then follow me. Like, okay, here's an analogy. Everybody in Christianity, in the Christian world, or across the board, everyone in the world, we're all arguing. We're arguing over what religion is best, which way to follow, which way to do things. You look at someone like Steph Curry, for example, never once heard him argue over the best way to shoot a basketball, which is super interesting. You see why? Because Curry focuses all his time on actually doing that thing. And the rating is in his stats for everyone to see. It's transparent. I think Jesus was like this when they came, both when the Pharisees came and then also when some of John the Baptist's disciples came and they were doubting. So you have some that were antagonistic. His response to both of them was, done everything up in the open. My life is transparent, and look, the blind see, the dead are raised. Am I the Messiah or not? You judge. If we had that sort of perspective, that we don't need to argue and prove our points, because it's not about intellectualism, it's best practices, and let's just demonstrate what we do. So Christians, if you say you're a follower of Jesus, what that means is not just to believe he existed or to believe these creeds, it's to follow him and live the way that he taught us to live. And really, he boiled that down. Love God and love one another. And love them the way I love them. Service, laying down your life, sacrificially. It's about being in tune with a higher power that empowers you to do that. And live this out as a best practice. Demonstrate your love for people so that they say, wow, you do that really, really well. Tell me more. I want to hear more. If we do that, where we see opposition, instead there'll be favor, and everyone will be at peace, and we'll see this incredible power released, which is what we want to see. So that's my reflections today. This sonic stream went a little bit longer than my average one, about twice as long. I hope you enjoyed it. And I believe our system has been updated. So I'm excited to see these NFTs mint. All right, I am ending this stream in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit that big red stop stream button now.